Welcome. I bid you welcome. John Clauser, Johnny Metal the Gray, the Metal Dad, coming to you from my music corner of the world. Welcome to another edition of Album Track Ranking A through Z. Today is brought to you by the letter O. Now, I'm pretty sure everybody's going to guess who I'm going to do, but which album am I going to do? So I'm pretty sure a lot of people are thinking, well, he's probably going to do something by Ozzy Osbourne. And you would be right. I almost did Omen or maybe a Probrium or a band like that. But I thought, in light of the announcement of Ozzy and Black Sabbath saying one final show, this is it, full stop. We want to say goodbye to our fans. So, in light of that, before I go into the album I'm going to do, my thoughts about this is my first thought was if Bill Ward is on board with all of this, and it sounds like he is, and it sounds like he is, and if his health, because his health has been a talk a lot over the years. There was money issues, there was all these different things going on that kept him from like the final tour that they did when they toured the 13 album. Um, you know, I was hoping to have seen him when I saw Ozfest 97, but again, I don't think his health was up for it or something. I don't know. Tony Iommi's had his bouts with cancer. Ozzy, of course, is with Parkinson's. He's not able to stand. He can sing. That'll be determined, I guess. But Geezer seems to be the healthiest one of all. He hasn't been having any issues, but anyway, I'll believe. I hope it goes off. I really hope it goes off well without any hitches. Um, I'm sure you're probably gonna hear Paranoid. You're probably gonna hear Iron Man, War Pigs. Who knows? I guess it's not going to be that much of a set. Um, I think if Ozzy really means it, that this is going to be the full stop, as I think as Sharon has said, full stop, then I think that's for the best. Obviously, apparently Parkinson's has really taken a hold of him, and I don't think he's going to be out there performing anymore, and he doesn't need to be. Um, I've seen Ozzy 3 times. I saw him in 89 on the No Rest for the Wicked tour. I saw him again in 95 in Scranton, Pennsylvania with Prong and Filter. John the Music Nut, of course, was at that concert. Didn't know it at the time, but I know he was there, or he was there. And I would see him again at Ozfest 97, where he did a solo set, and then he played a set with Tony and Geezer of Sabbath with Mike Borden on drums, who was drumming for Ozzy at the time. So which album am I going to do? Um, I could do this, but I'm not. Mainly because this album is perfect to me. I love every single note on this album. It would be literally impossible to rank the songs on this thing. That's just, I'll be honest, that's just how it is. So I'm going to go with Blizzard. I'm going to go with Blizzard of Oz. The versions I have here, this is from the box set. Let me just pull this up here. This is from this box set here. This is the 30th anniversary edition of Blizzard and Diary, which has um, when you open this up, okay, you can see the CDs, and there's a CD of live tracks, and then of course you have the vinyl as well. So, and then I also have a CD version which I'll hold up for the rest of this. So all right, I'm gonna probably get flamed on this one because I'm sure a lot of people are gonna say, "What in the world are you smoking with this one?" Number nine. I'm just going to stick with the nine track. I'm not going with the extra bonus tracks on any of these things. I'm sticking with the original album proper. Nine tracks. For me, my least favorite has always been No Bone Movies. I don't know why. It's kind of a nice 12/8 blues song, but it just never did anything. I don't know. I just never was really it was such a it just seems like such a silly track, which it is. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But it's to me, it's almost kind of like some stuff that maybe Randy had left over from the Quiet Riot days, and he just hadn't really progressed enough. But yeah, I've never been into No Bone movies. Similar with the album closer, Steal Away the Night. Not a bad song. Rainey shows some great licks here. Um, and yes, I know there's probably some people who may not even know this album, and you're listening to this. So let me just back up a bit here. So you got Bob Daisley here on bass, who had been a journeyman player at this point. You got Lee Kerslake, who've been playing for Uriah Heep for a number of years, and then of course the great Randy Rhoads here on guitar, who was taken from us far too soon. Never really got to fully show his talent to the world. Not to, it's just to see where it could have grown and where it could have gone. Um, yeah, Steal Away the Night. It's another one it's okay, not a bad song. It's just again not one of my favorites. Now this is the one that'll probably really get me in trouble. Number seven is actually going to be Revolution Mother Earth. Um, and if you haven't figured it out, I've never been very big on side two for the most part. Um, but when you have such a classic side A, you got to rank the song somehow. And I will say, Revolution Mother Earth is a wonderfully composed song. I really should rank this higher than I do, but you'll probably see as we go along here. But um, Randy just this is where Randy just this was the bridge to Diary of a Madman. To me, Revolution Mother Earth. I thought this was an absolute wonder. It really is a wonderful song. I was never big on it as a kid, as a teenager though. That one took a long time for me for it to grow on me for whatever reason. Number six is going to be Goodbye to Romance. This is his kind of his farewell to his bandmates of Sabbath, and moving forward, a very Beatles kind of influenced song, very slow ballad song. Again, Randy with some very nice, tasty spots. Um, Number five is going to be Crazy Train. Some of this is probably because I'm a little worn out on it, but there's still something to be said about that riff. And again, Randy's guitar solo, just immaculate. Um, Suicide Solution is going to come in at four. Here again, this is another bridge to Diary of a Madman for me. This was Ozzy's kind of farewell letter to Bon Scott, who of course he passed away from this, as the story goes, over alcohol consumption. Um, this would be the solo spot for Randy where he could just shine. Um, that live solo that you hear on Tribute is just beautiful. um, Number three is going to be I Don't Know, the album opener. Again, great song, great solo. Mwah. Can't say anything more that hasn't been said. I don't know. I don't feel like anybody's really done it well live on the Ozzy camp. Zach gets pretty close, but I just don't feel like anybody's done it as good as Randy could. That's just me. Now, this might surprise people. D is going to come in at number two. I know you're probably thinking, why are you putting that up so high? I love to try to play the song. Um, it's a beautiful piece of music dedicated to his mother, Dolores. And I always just found this 49-second guitar piece just to be absolute gorgeous. And I don't do it justice trying to play it on guitar because um, it's just something I have to learn how. I've never been very good with the classical guitar part of it. So the idea of trying to play that and play it properly. It takes work, it takes a lot of practice, and I hope to get there one day. Obviously, you probably know what my favorite track is. It's going to be Mr. Crowley, that D minor synthesizer riff, carrying it all throughout the song. Randy's solos just, I don't know which solo is better, the first one or the second one. Probably the outro solo is probably my favorite. Um, Song about Aleister Crowley and uh, and the occult kind of thing. Um, Maybe not necessarily about it, but or praising him, but man, what a track! What a track to kick off side two. Um, Definitely the strongest track to me on the album because again, I just absolutely love Randy's solos on that. So I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of flaming for this one because I'm sure everybody's going to say, "Oh, Revolution Mother Earth should be number one," and whatever, and that's fine. That's fine. It's just how I've always listened to this album. So come on, Ozzy fans, let's talk about it. You know what to do. Like, share, subscribe, all those good things. Next week will be brought to you by the letter P. And I'm going to tell you right now, no, it's not going to be Pink Floyd. Just going to say that right now. So, John Clauser, Johnny Metal, the Metal Dad, Johnny Metal the Gray, coming to you from a music corner of the world. Tune in next week when we come with the letter P album track ranking, A through Z. Talk to you soon. Take care.